guys, I'm back again today, and today it's a different kind of video. I don't remember if I mentioned it in my update video talking about where I was and what I've been up to and everything, but I kind of got into game collecting. Now, I'm not the kind of collector that's trying to fill their library out like a crazy amount. For me specifically, I'm just trying to collect games that I think I might like or I know I like, and trying to rebuild back up some of my collection. For instance, my Nintendo 64, I don't know what happened to like the 7 games I had for it, but they all like disappeared, so I'm trying to get back that. Or trying to further fill out a collection I had with games I'm interested in, like DS, PS4, kind of stuff like that. And so, this particular video is just going to be talking about everything that I picked up from September to November. I did have something come in for December, but I have more stuff coming in, and I'd rather just wait till the beginning of January, end of December to discuss that thing. So, let's get on with it, and I guess I'll start with something I picked up kind of recently. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield is probably the first thing that I want to talk about. It's the thing I most recently picked up. This is the double pack, as you can see here. Inside right now is, I believe, Shield, because my main game is Sword, so I've had that out for a while. I'm actually going to be playing Shield pretty soon, so I'm keeping it in here for now, but I'll be playing that pretty soon. Beat Pokemon Sword already, beat it right around when it came out. Really good, I really like it. I know a lot of people don't, and that's perfectly fine if you've played the game and you didn't like it, that's fine. But for what I want and get out of Pokemon, I actually really enjoyed it for what it was. Pokemon Sword and Shield, when I picked up this double pack because I pre-ordered it, I did get a code that had something like, it allows you to Gigantamax or do max raid battles for a certain Pokemon for a certain period of time. So it's just kind of like a little DLC thing. But also it came with this cloth banner thing. I got this specifically at GameStop. So this is what it came. Other places had different exclusive kind of pre-order bonuses, but I got this. That's one side, and then this is the other side. I actually really like it. I haven't gotten a chance to put it up yet, clearly, but I do intend to put it up at some point once I get around the decorating the walls of this new place, because if you also didn't know, and if you couldn't tell, I did move. So we still haven't decorated the walls. Everything else is mostly unpacked, but the walls are still pretty bare. We gotta take care of that. Anyway, on to the next thing. So I'm gonna talk about kind of a few things all at once. So I picked up Fire Emblem Three Houses here, Astral Chain, and Zelda Link's Awakening. I haven't actually played, well, that's not true. I've played a lot of Fire Emblem Three Houses, but I haven't beat it yet because I do a lot of major grinding and everything in it. So I'm pretty close to the end, though, of my route that I'm on. Astral Chain I've played a bit of, but it seems like a game that I'm going to want to do a lot of exploring and everything in, and running around and, you know, messing around and stuff. So I didn't want to get too into it when I was also playing, you know, Fire Emblem. And then Link's Awakening I haven't actually touched yet, even though I heard it's a pretty short game. I just really haven't gotten around to it. But these 3 games I picked up for full price the day they came out. Same thing with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, before we move on, the one thing I definitely wanted to mention is that I like a lot of Nintendo games because they kind of have reversible covers. They're not 100% reversible, to be honest. Like, they don't have all the different things, but like, look at this. They have a really nice, oh look, you can see my Pokemon game in the background. They have really nice artwork on the inside for there. You know, they have really nice art. I especially love this one, an Astral Chain that looks really cool. And even here they have just, you know, they have all the different characters and then the main characters here. And I actually really like that about these Nintendo games. They have really neat and if covers, or insides, if you will. And I guess even though they're not 100% reversible in that, you know, they'll have the rating at the bottom and then, you know, the description on the back or whatever, you can still, if you don't care about that sort of thing, you can still reverse it and know exactly what game it is for like more like display purposes, if you will. If you're not going to have it kind of on a shelf, if you just want to have it out to show off, you can have like that kind of cover out. It'd be really neat. But anyway, now actually move on to the next thing. And the next thing is that I have also, like I mentioned, been trying to build up my 64 collection. And so I have Pokemon Snap here. I actually already I already owned Pokemon Snap. I had just the cartridge. However, this person was selling everything, the instruction manual, the cartridge, and the box, which is all in here. You can hear it in here. So I got all of this for a pretty good price. And I actually ended up selling the cartridge it came with. I tested it out first, don't worry, but I sold the cartridge it came with because I had my own cartridge and I wanted to keep my files. So I went ahead, I actually before I sold it, I deleted what was already on there, and I ended up having my boyfriend play through Pokemon Snap for the very first time. He had never played it, so I made him play through the entire game. Super easy to do if you know what to do, and if you know, once you're older and you're like, yeah, I can move this analog stick perfectly fine. But it's really easy to do, especially when you're adult. So he beat it. We beat it in a couple hours. Easy peasy, whatever. No big deal. But anyway, Pokemon Snap, got it for a really good price. The box, you can see, it's not like in the best condition ever, but it's, you know, it's a little messed up here. But honestly, I was still pretty happy with it because I saw some places selling it for like really high, and this person, I got it for like 30 something. So I thought it was pretty good. They were selling it for over the price that I saw it online. So I know I'm still pretty happy with this, and I made money back because I sold the cartridge that it came with, so I didn't even actually really pay $30 something. So I have an Excel sheet that says everything, what I've been paying and stuff like that, but I don't have it pulled up at the moment, so I can't give you the exact numbers, but I thought I got that for a good price. This I also got really good price. It's Pokemon Stadium. I actually had Stadium too. I used to have Stadium when I was younger, but I must have sold it or did something with it. I don't even know. But this person sold like the big thick pack. It came with the transfer pack and the game. I needed the game in the box, but I actually already had a transfer pack because I had Stadium too. So I haven't sold it or traded it yet, but I still have the other transfer pack, and I plan on doing something with it. Maybe I'll sell it or trade it or include it in a trade of some kind or something like that. But there's no reason to just throw it out or, you know, do anything like that. So I got this for like 30 something. Really, really good deal, at least compared to what I was seeing on eBay at the time. Like crazy high prices for this. But I actually got this for like 30 bucks or like 32 bucks or something. And it was shipping and handling, I think. So this is actually a very nice price. I really enjoyed this. And I plan on going and playing this to completion again like I did when I was younger, but I really am happy I got this. One of my goals, at least for the 64, is to get all the games I played when I was younger, but very specifically I definitely want to get all the Pokemon games. Over there, it's not included in this because I already had it, is a Hey You Pikachu with a microphone. I really need the box and instructions for that because that's what I'm missing. I have the Pikachu and I have the microphone. I need Pokemon Puzzle League. I really need the box and instructions for Pokemon Stadium 2, but that's going to be a little bit harder to get. Hopefully I can find a good price for it. But, you know, I really want to make sure I get all these Pokemon games because they were like my lifeblood when I was a kid. And lastly, for Nintendo 64, I believe, is Star Fox 64. I actually never played this as a kid, and I still haven't really played it. It's a little bit damaged, as you can see, kind of, around here. It's got a little bit of damage going on. Very little bit, and it's still a little dirty. It was actually much dirtier when I got it, and I cleaned it a bit. But I got this at Half Price Books, and I only picked this up because it was at a decent price for just a cartridge. And I kind of wanted to test it out to see how much I liked it. Now, I personally have not played this yet, but my boyfriend played it when he was younger, and he also played it more recently when we got it, and he enjoys this, so I'm looking forward to eventually picking this up and playing it. The only reason I haven't, even though once again it's kind of a short game, if you know what you're doing, is because there's been a million games coming out this year that are good, so we'll be getting to this. I'm going to be playing this pretty soon, but, you know, we'll see. I'm really bad at playing games. I'm a trophy hunter, I get absorbed in stuff, so for me, it's kind of like, I'll get to it, right? That's just how it is. But I still like picking these up because I'm only picking up games that I intend to play. I'm not picking up games that I have, unless I'm using them specifically for either trades or selling or something. I don't have any plans on picking up any games that I don't want to play or that I don't have some sort of interest in. Anyway, the next two things aren't games, but they are related. And one of them is, this Game Boy. I picked this up, this Game Boy Color, at a kind of like a, not a thrift store, but like a flea market, like a flea marketplace. I'll be fair here, and I definitely did not pay the best price for this. I didn't haggle for it. I was just like, oh my god, they have it. And I think I paid like 40 bucks for this or like 45 bucks for this, when I've definitely seen people get pretty much this loose like this for cheaper. But at that time, and it's got scratches on it, but at that time I was just really excited. I never actually owned a Game Boy Color. I only owned a Game Boy Advance and an SP, and I was just like, oh my god, a Game Boy Color, and I kind of bought it on impulse. I definitely should have waited, and I recommend people make sure you definitely look up stuff like that before you just buy it like I did. But, you know, I don't really regret it because it was the last purchase I ever made before I left where I was previously living, and I do really like it, and I'm glad I own it. And the next thing is actually, Pokemon figurine. I consider this part of my gaming collection thing because I kind of intend on decorating the general room with these kinds of Pokemon figures, the like gallery action whatever figures. And part of the reason is because I actually got one in a Secret Santa last year. I got Vaporeon because that's my favorite Pokemon. And so I started picking these up. Actually, in my December video, spoiler alert, there's probably going to be like 2 more of these because I ordered 2 more and they should be coming in December. So unless there's some weird thing that happens because of the holidays. But yeah, it's really nice. I really like it. This is the Lit and Ember one. Vaporeon is using Aqua Ring, which I'm not showing just because I didn't get it in this particular time period. It was a gift from last year. But this is Litten using Ember. It's really nice. I really, really like it. And I hope that all of them are the same quality because quite frankly, I think it'd just be really cool to have a setup with those figurines. Just really enjoying it, really loving it. Last couple things. One of them is Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. Now this kind of comes out of nowhere because the reason I'm buying this particular game, it's an old PS2 game, isn't because it's particularly rare or anything, but because when I was younger, my uncle is kind of who got me into a lot of games, including mostly JRPGs and RPGs, and this was one of the games that I kind of like playing, even though it's kind of bullshit and kind of really hard at times, but I really liked it, at least hard for me when I was a kid and still kind of hard as an adult. But now, we used to share games a lot because I lived in a house where we lived together essentially. I've lived with my uncle, my aunt, and my grandma, and my mom before she remarried and left, in kind of a big house, and so now that I've moved out, I ended up taking a bunch of his games with me because he doesn't really play the PlayStation that much, and I kind of feel bad about it, but he doesn't call me out on it so much, and I do intend on bringing them all back, but while I'm bringing them back, I'm trying to buy them for myself because, you know, I like a lot of these games. So this was a purchase that was mostly made because it's my uncle's, not mine, and I'm trying to give him back his games while getting to keep the ones I liked for myself. So number 1 on that list is Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. Done. This is a pretty fun game, but it's very different from the other Breath of Fire games and, like, kind of, in my opinion, way more difficult. Every step matters, every move matters, you know, any bit of health you lose matters, like everything fucking matters in this game. Everything. So, very hard game in my opinion, at least compared to the other Breath of Fires that I played, and very hard if you're younger and don't know what you're doing and you've never played this before. But I still think it's pretty fun, even though it gets shit on a little bit, I do think it's pretty fun. And the last thing I bought was actually this Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Strategy Guide. I have the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, or maybe it's just Platinum Strategy Guide, I can't remember off the top of my head. And the reason I bought this, I bought it for like $9 something. And one of the reasons I bought this is that it's in good condition. I didn't already own it. It's a Pokemon thing, which is like one of my favorite franchises ever. I know a lot of things have been happening with that, you know, Pokemon, and there's been some drama and stuff, but still for me, still one of my favorite Pokemon, but also because it actually did come with the poster still. It was still intact, which is the only reason why I was like dead set on buying this one over the other ones they had. Because this one still had the poster, which I really like and I intend on possibly putting up, I'm not sure, but I'm just really happy it still had the poster. And it's actually really nice, in good condition. There's a little bit of wear on the bottom, but to be frank, if you're going to have one of these and use it at all, or even if you're just storing it away, it's going to get some wear and tear, so I'm not really freaking out about that. But yeah, that's all I got between September and November. I probably would have gotten more actually, but I did set a very low limit for myself when ordering. Most of these are actually from eBay. Some of them are from different places. For instance, this Pokemon book is from Planet Fun. The Nintendo Switch games that I showed you, I got them all from GameStop as soon as it came out, you know. My Star Fox game was from Half Price Books, but a lot of these were also from eBay or thrift stores or whatever. So most of the time, especially when I get it off eBay, I did set a hard limit for what I would purchase. And even when I'm at stores like Half Price Books, if I think something is too much, I just won't buy it. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you have any questions about any of these things, I can answer them in the comments. I'm not really sure what questions you might have. This is the first time I've ever done this sort of video, but if you have any questions about it, let me know in the comments below. If you want to talk about your finds recently, let me know in the comments below. Just kind of like share in the collecting. I like just finding games that I might be interested in for a really cool price, or games that I know I like but I don't own for whatever reason for a cool price and then buying them. I haven't really found anything amazing at like a lot of thrift stores. I know people find stuff at Goodwill. I haven't. I also haven't seen anything at garage sales or yard sales. But you should check out some of these other guys online because they find crazy shit all the time. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. But anyway, that's it for this video, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know if you got anything interesting or if you have any questions, like I said. And I guess I'll see you guys later.